We are live now. You may start with the proceedings.
Dear members, it is 10 a.m. and we commence the meeting as scheduled. I would like to introduce myself. I'm Bimal Thakkar, the Chairman, Managing Director, and CEO of the company. I welcome all the members to the 32nd Annual General Meeting of the company. I hope you and your family are safe and well. Members are informed that the AGM is being held through video conferencing in accordance with the Companies Act and circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. The company has taken all feasible steps to facilitate the meeting participation via VC. The facility of appointment of proxies by members was not extended as the meeting is being held via VC. We have the requisite quorum present through VC to conduct the proceedings of this meeting. Participation of members through VC is being reckoned for the purpose of quorum, and as per the circulars issued by MCA and Section 103 of the Companies Act 2013, since the requisite quorum of minimum 30 members is present, I call the meeting to order. Before we start the main proceedings of the meeting, I would like to introduce my fellow board members present at the meeting. Ms. Deepa Harris is an independent director. Mr. Chandir Gidwani is an independent director and the chairman of the Audit Committee and Nomination and Remuneration Committee. Mr. Viren Merchant is a non-independent director and the chairman of the Shareholders Grievance and Stakeholders Relationship Committee and Corporate Social Responsible Committee. Mr. Ravinder Jain is an independent director. Mr. Jay Mehta is a non-independent director. The senior leadership of the company is also attending the meeting. Mr. Devang Gandhi is the Chief Operating Officer. Mr. Shardul Doshi is the Chief Financial Officer. Ms. Shalaka Ovalekar is the Company Secretary and VP Legal. Apart from them, our statutory auditors, secretarial auditors, and scrutinizers have also joined the meeting. The annual report for financial year 2021 and 2022 and the notice of the 32nd AGM was sent electronically to all shareholders whose email addresses are registered in records of the company as on the date of sending the notice. The register of directors and key managerial personnel, the register of contracts or arrangements have been made available electronically for inspection by the members. Members seeking to inspect such documents can send their request to the company secretary on her email. I now request Shalaka, company secretary, to provide general instructions to the members regarding participation in this meeting. Over to you, Shalaka.
Yeah, thank you. This meeting is being conducted through video conferencing platform provided by Link in Time India Private Limited. The facility for joining this meeting through video conference is made available for the members on a first-come, first-served basis. All the members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute mode by the host to avoid any disturbance arising from the background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. Once the question-answer session starts, the chairman will announce the names of the shareholders who have registered as speaker shareholders. Speaker shareholder, once allowed to speak, is requested to mention his or her name, folio number, and place from where he is joining. Only the audio of the speaker shareholder will thereafter be unmuted by the host. To start speaking, the shareholder is requested to click the video on button and wait till the video is on. If the shareholder is not able to join through video for any reason, the shareholder can speak through the audio mode. Members may also ask their queries via active chat board during the meeting. The company will respond to these queries via email. The company had provided to the members the facility to exercise their right to vote at the 32nd Annual General Meeting by electronic means. Remote e-voting commenced on 8th August 22 at 9 a.m. and remained open till 11th August 22 up to 5 p.m. I would also like to inform you that pursuant to Section 107 of the Companies Act, there will, there will not be voting on the resolutions by show of hands at the meeting. However, for the benefit of the shareholders who are present at the meeting and who have not cast their vote earlier through remote e-voting, e-voting would be conducted during the meeting. The voting will be in proportion to the shareholding. On the video conferencing page, you have to click on the link for e-voting, cast your vote appearing on the right side of your screen. Please enter your 16-digit DMAT account number, stroke folio number, and one-time OTP during the registration for InstaMeet and vote. In case shareholders have any queries regarding e-voting, they may contact InstaMeet support desk on 022-491-86175. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shalaka. Dear shareholders, before moving on with the business to be transacted, let me update you about the company's activities during the year. I'm proud to report the company's creditable performance despite a challenging financial year of 21-22. We continue to maintain our high growth trajectory, catering to new market segments, adding new product categories, and foraying into direct distribution business in select global markets. We aspire to create sustained value for our stakeholders by delivering quality food products to our customers. Given the various challenges that the company encountered, the performance reported during the last financial year was a showcase of the company's resilience. The challenges comprised the outbreak of the second and third pandemic waves in India, the supply chain challenges which resulted in a decline in the availability of shipping containers, increasing our logistic costs, and also the sharp increase in costs of food ingredients and commodities throughout the last year. These challenges did affect the performance of our company. However, due to our team's persistence and dedication, we were able to fulfill nearly 85% of our shipments on time and in full. The company further strengthened its product mix, moderated costs, and passed on some cost increases to its customers. As a result, revenues increased 14% on a consolidated basis over financial year 2021. During the year under review, your company reported revenues of 421.2 crores and a profit after tax of 48.52 crore on a consolidated basis. The company also launched various new products across most categories. Further, we commenced operations from leased warehouse in New Jersey, USA, which serves as a distribution center for our products to ensure uninterrupted product supply. Additionally, we also took on lease a second warehouse in Georgia, USA, with an area of 33,000 square feet. Both the warehouses together provide a combined area of 100,000 square feet. The company's wholly owned subsidiary, ADF-Foods UK, entered into an exclusive distribution agreement with Patanjali Ayurved Limited. This agreement entails the distribution of Patanjali goods in Western Europe and the United Kingdom. Our step-down subsidiary in the US named Vibrant Foods New Jersey LLC acts as a distribution entity for the tri-state area and for the state of Georgia. This has enabled direct reach to retailers, better push of our own brands and products, and optimization of margins. The company also received approval from the Government of India under Category 3 of Product Linked Incentive Scheme for food processing industries. The financial incentive would cover international branding and marketing expenditure for a fixed sum of 50% of marketing expenditure or 3% of sales, whichever is lower, subject to a minimum incentive of 61.35 crores during the scheme tenure of 5 years. This scheme is going to help our company in strengthening the brands of our company and also in increase of sales of our products. We at ADF strongly value our stakeholders and community and have consistently given back to our shareholders. We have announced a final dividend for the financial year 21-22, subject to shareholders' approval of rupees 4 per share, which is 40% on equity shares of face value of rupees 10. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our shareholders for their continued trust in us. Thank you. The notice of the AGM and the annual report for 2021 and 2022 was circulated to members electronically. With your consent, I take the notice of the AGM as read. I now request Shalaka, the Company Secretary, to draw the attention of the members to the observations, matters of emphasis, as may be stated in the auditor's report. Over to you, Shalaka.
Thank you, sir. There are no qualifications in the independent auditor's report on the standalone and consolidated financial statements for FY 21-22. The auditors have reported certain key audit matters in their report on both standalone and consolidated financial statements, which are published in the annual report. These matters are reported considering the degree of significance in audit. The auditors have assessed the appropriateness and completeness of the related disclosures in the financial statements. There are no material qualifications, reservations, or adverse remarks contained in the report issued by the secretarial auditors, Messrs. Keyul M. Dedia and Associates, except the following observation. The company has received information for creation of pledge on April 1, 2022, and the same was submitted by the company to the stock exchanges on April 13, 2022, with a delay of 8 days under Securities Exchange Board of India Prohibition of Insider Trading Regulations 2015. The company's explanation to the same is as under. The company had filed the said pledge disclosure under Regulation 31(1) of the SEBI Substantial Acquisition of Shares and Takeover Regulations 2011 within the prescribed time limit. The said disclosure was required to be filed under SEBI Prohibition of Insider Trading Regulations as well. The due date for filing the said disclosure was April 5, 2022. However, the same was filed with a delay of 8 days inadvertently under the said regulations. I now request the chairman to continue with the proceedings of the meeting. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Shalaka. The resolutions stated in the AGM notice on which poll will be conducted are as under. First one, adoption of audited financial statements, report of the Board of Directors and Auditors for the financial year ended 31st March 22. Declaration, the second one, declaration of final dividend at rupees 4 per equity share of rupees 10 each for financial year ended 31st March 22. Reappointment of Mr. Viren Merchant as director liable to retire by rotation. Appointment of Sumer Thakur as a person in place of profit with effect from 1st October 22 till September 30th, 2025, pursuant to Section 188(1)(f) of the Companies Act 2013. Number 5, increase the aggregate limit of investment by NRIs on repatriation basis from 10% of the paid-up share capital of the company to 24% of the paid-up share capital of the company. Number 6, continuation of related party contract with Vibrant Foods New Jersey LLC, which is a step-down subsidiary of the company, for sale and purchase or supply of any goods or materials and/or availing rendering of any services not exceeding 100 crores per annum. The said approval is sought pursuant to SEBI Circular Number dated 30th March 2022, wherein all existing material related party contracts or arrangements entered into prior to the date of notification of SEBI LODR 6th Amendment Regulations 2021 and which may continue beyond such date shall be placed for approval of the shareholders in the first general meeting held after April 1, 2022. The e-voting facility is now open and members may please go to the voting page of Link in Time InstaVote and cast their vote while at the same time watch the proceedings of the meeting. The e-voting facility will continue to remain open for 15 minutes after the meeting to enable members to cast their vote. I now open the floor to questions.
Our first speaker for the event is Sri Anil Parekh.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Sir, you are audible. Kindly enable your video and you may speak.
I have a problem with my video, so I'm continue with the audio. Will do?
Sure,
Please,
no
sir.
problem. Sure, no
Okay.
problem.
Okay. Chairman, sir, Sri Bimal Thakkarji, other board members, and my fellow shareholders. Sir, I'm Anil Parekh here from Bombay. I'm thankful to all the board members to allow me to speak at this forum. I hope you all are safe and fine at your respective end. And I extend my compliments to you for all-round performance of the company. Sir, now to begin with, I would like to thank Shalaka, our company secretary, for excellent cooperation as far as investor relation is concerned. I'm thankful to her for extending cooperation whenever I needed. Thank you, Shalaka. Sir, now I would like to have one request to you. If possible, kindly see to it next year we have a physical meeting so that we can come down to our registered office, see the facilities, and meet you and greet you, sir. This is my humble request to you. Sir, I have seen our performance during the year under the circumstances, economic challenging environment, and many other challenges like USSR, Ukraine war, and all that. Oil prices are going up. We have done exceedingly well, and our consolidated revenue is rose from 311 crore to 430 crore. Sir, excellent all-round performance, and also our net profit has gone up to 41 from 41 crore to 48 crores. And also you have rewarded rupees 4 as a dividend to the shareholders. Sir, that is a good gesture. I am thankful to you. Now, sir, on page 44, uh, we have established a step-down subsidiary, Vibrant Foods New Jersey, and which would be in a distribution era. So, I would like to understand your evaluation. Uh, what kind of foods we are, what to call, distributions we are into. I understand from Patanjali we have made a uh, agreement. So maybe that is there, but please highlight me. Sir, also, we have received approval from the Government of India under Category 3 for production linked incentive scheme, and you will be getting 50% of marketing expenditure or 3% sales. Sir, if you can throw us some light on that, how it will benefit us, that would be great. Sir, also on page 45, we have formed a company in 2022, 17th May, uh, Caloric Foods Limited, and it would be taking out e-commerce business. So, how you are going forward with that company? I would like to understand. Sir, we have many subsidiaries and step-down subsidiaries. If you can throw some light on them, what business they are doing or what kind of distributions they are doing, sir. Sir, also, we have uh, quite a lot number of products which we are exporting. My question is, sir, do we have only exports or do we have domestic sales also? If yes, percentage of sales domestic vis-a-vis export, I would like to know. And do we uh, do any job work for someone or any other brand? I would like to know. And uh, do we have any dedicated stores of our all the brands in India or elsewhere in the world? I would like to know. If India we don't have any kind of stores only selling our products, then kindly think of it. We have a huge market uh, for that also, sir. And my next question is, what is the shelf life of our all the products? Percentage wise, you can tell me, or timeline also you can tell me, sir. Sir, my next question pertains to, sir, we have done quite a lot CSR activities, which is given on 62, 63 pages. Sir, do we help our military also in this line? Because they need maximum help from the people. So kindly think of giving aid to our military also. Sir, on page 75, we have, apart from Unilever, we have also entered with Patanjali for distribution of their products, namely ADF-Foods UK Limited. So, sir, how you are evaluating that opportunity also? I would like to understand from you. I would like to end up here, not taking your much time. I'm very much happy with the performance and with your secretarial team and all that. Uh, I'm supporting all the resolutions which are proposed today and hope to see you next year physically if possible. Thank you, sir, for patient hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Parekh.
Yeah.
Our next speaker for the event is Sri Rahul Paliwal.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, Mr.
Yes.
Rahul, you are audible. Kindly enable your video and you may speak.
Yeah, I would go with the audio only. Sir, thanks for the opportunity. Uh, so we are moving more into geographical wise in a distribution towards US. Any reason for the same, sir? That's question number one. And would RB moving from a manufacturing oriented unit to a distribution oriented unit? That's the question number two. Three is how do you see opportunities in India now into ready to cook, ready to eat, and that space? Uh, is Indian market matured enough to handle, I mean, consume the same? And how do you see at the market size and the opportunity in the space? And another question is, are you going to serve to QSR or you will be a direct to consumer brand only? These are couple of questions, and maybe you can comment on your enhanced capacity manufacturing plans for coming years. Thanks for the opportunity, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Rahul. Our next speaker for the event is Sri Ravi Kumar Naredi. Mr. Ravi?
Yes, yes.
Your
Honorable
video,
directors, fellow shareholders, Mr. Bimal, you are a fantastic entrepreneur who is doing hard work to keep company on growth track. Sir, how is current situation now about inflation of commodity and ship fare? How much capex plan we have done in for financial year 23 and 24? And where we see the company in next 2 years in reference of top line? Instead of having a two big warehouses in USA, any plan to establish any unit in US? Whatever net profit margin we have lost, when we will recoup in how many quarters? We focus on agency business equally along with our own production. Bimal Babu, tell one thing. Unilever is global brand. Then how we able to sell their product in UK and US? These are our question. Thank you very much. Have a nice day and year ahead.
thank you, Mr. Ravi. So with this, we come to an end of the Q&A question and answer session. As Mr. Other registered speaker, Mr. Kirtisha and Mr. Mukesh is not available right now in the panel with us. So over to Chairman, sir.
Everything possible, everything asked by everyone. So Anil Bhai, thank you for your question and your request for a physical meeting, and we will absolutely do our best to try and ensure that we have a physical meeting next year. In fact, we also like to do that and meet everyone in person. But given the circumstances, we've not been able to do that, but hopefully we are able to do that next year. Our subsidiary, step-down subsidiary, Vibrant Foods, that company is our distribution arm in the US. We have 2 warehouses in New Jersey and in Georgia, Atlanta. Okay, and Vibrant Foods operates out of both these locations and is actually selling all our products directly to the retailers. So we are not dependent on our distributors in those markets. We ourselves distribute our products in those markets. With regards to the PLI scheme, that's going to be a great benefit for our company because we will get close to 65 crores of marketing assistance over the next 5 years for promoting and marketing our own brands, which will help in enhancing our sales as well. The company, the step-down company, Telluric Foods, that is our company which we've set up for e-com business specifically for India. We intend to launch our products in India, and we are going to do that in this month. And Telluric Foods is going to be the vehicle for launching products in India through the e-commerce route. And then hopefully we start off with modern trade and general trade as well. Our domestic sales at the moment is barely 3%. Majority of our sales is international. But over the next 3 to 4 years, we expect domestic sales to at least go up to 15 to 20%. While we continue to increase our export business, but we also hope that the domestic business comes to 15 to 20%. The shelf life on our products, majority of our products have a 2-year shelf life. We don't have any preservatives in our products. Our processing technology helps in ensuring that the products have that life of 2 years. These products are healthy and tasty products. With regards to the military in India, our domestic business at the moment is majority restricted or is happening to the armed forces in India, which is the canteen stores department. So we have been a major supplier to canteen stores, which is the armed forces of India, and we are doing our best to help in every possible way. We supply them products at a very low and subsidized rate, and we will continue to do that. We've been doing that for the last nearly 4 decades. Then the questions from Rahul Paliwal. With regards to the distribution in the US, US is one of our major markets. It accounts for nearly 40% of our revenues. And we've moved to direct distribution in the US because this is one of our major markets. We have 2 depots at the moment, and we intend to get to another 4 more depots. We need to add another 4 more depots, distribution centers in the US in the next 2 years. In India, as I mentioned in the past, I mean, Telluric Foods is the company which we've set up. We are going to launch a brand called Soul, which is exclusively meant for India. And we will start off with e-commerce and then move on to modern trade and general trade. For the other question about manufacturing versus agency, our own brands is always going to be our core focus and our main business. Even as of last year, close a little more than 70% of our revenues came from our own brands, or actually more. Agency business is always going to be important. It's a complementary business, and we will continue to grow that business, but our focus will always remain on our own brands. Then the other question was about QSR or direct to consumer category. So QSR is something which we would like to participate in because as an industry that continues to grow, so our company is trying to focus and grow our business in the QSR space. We've already tied up with a couple of companies in India and overseas to try and grow that business. But our focus continues to remain on, we are a FMCG company. We continue to focus our efforts on direct to consumer. The CapEx plans for 23 and 24, we have ambitious plans. We are going to set up a greenfield project. We have a plan of about close to 60 crores in the greenfield project. And all these projects are going to be met through internal accruals. As you know, our company has enough of cash. We have no debt. And if we have to take on debt for expansions, we will do that. One second, I'm just... I think I've tried and answered most of the questions from all the speakers. And I'd like to say thank you for your participation, and I hope I've been able to clarify and answer all the questions. And Mr. Sanjay Rishput, the practicing company secretary, has been appointed as a scrutinizer for scrutinizing the remote e-voting process and e-voting process at the AGM in a fair and transparent manner. The results of the e-voting done at the meeting would be consolidated with the results of remote e-voting. The scrutinizer shall submit his report no later than 2 working days of the conclusion of the AGM. The results declared along with the report of the scrutinizer shall be placed on the website of the company and on the website of Lincoln Time Private Limited immediately after declaration of result by the chairman or any person authorized by him in writing. The results will be immediately forwarded to the Bombay Stock Exchange and the National Stock Exchange. I thank the shareholders for attending the meeting for their support. I would also like to thank the directors for joining the meeting remotely. With your consent, I and the other board members would take your leave, and I request all shareholders and their families to stay safe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.